There are two ways to export to an image in Kubla Cubed. The first way is to use the image export, and the second is to use the snipping tool, which is built into Windows, to get an image from the screen. The key difference between these two options is that the image export does not support 3D views. However, it does give options to add additional details to your image. Both exports are useful in different situations. So we will start with the 2D image export. To do this, we click on File, Export, and then I click on Image. Now this form gives us the options to define the export size of the image. We can choose whether to shade the surfaces, or whether we want to include color keys. We can also choose which outlines and incline lines we want to display. If we want to, we can generate contours from the surfaces and include these in our reports. Now this section includes details about the contour lines we want to include. And in this last section, we can choose how to display grid lines on the image, and we can adjust their spacing and the size of their text. When I click OK, I can save this image to whichever format I want: BMP, JPG, or PNG. So this is a useful export, but as we mentioned earlier, the main limitation is that you cannot export 3D images in this form. We will now go over the option to export 3D images using the Windows Snipping tool. Now, this is a tool in Windows that you can use to capture any part of the screen. You can use this in Kubla Cubed to capture the 3D visuals from your project. So to save a part of the screen, I just click on New, and then I select the part. If I'm satisfied, I click on File and then Save. If I'm not satisfied, I click on New, and I choose a different area. One useful option that Kubla Cubed has is called the presentation mode. This mode is intended for giving presentations to others. It hides the controls you need to edit your project, and it can also be useful if you're using the snipping tool, since you usually don't want to include editing controls in image exports. And in this mode, you can still navigate with the mouse, but all the controls used for editing are hidden. So that was an overview of the options to export an image from Kubla Cubed. Thank you for watching.